Hi, I went for Pushpa 2 today, and despite a runtime of 3 hours and 15 minutes, the movie was not a drag. The drama actually began for me before the movie started. There was a man in the concession area who was making a big scene because his popcorn had too much salt. And he delivered this line कि मुझे पता था यहाँ पे पुष्पा का स्क्रीनिंग हो रहा है पर ये नहीं पता था कि यहाँ पे पुष्पा का एटीट्यूड भी झेलना पड़ेगा. And that really set the tone for the day. Coming back to the movie, here's how it managed to maintain its tempo throughout the runtime. It actually packs two movies in one. Yes, there are two movies. There are two separate conflicts, two separate primary antagonists, and two separate conflict resolutions. The first one is the one you walk into the theater expecting to see. It is a continuation of the enmity between an ego-hurt Bhavar Singh Shekhawat and an ego-inflated Pushpa. However, Pushpa's motive to take his smuggling business to sports mode in this movie is quite weak compared to what drove him in the first movie. So, in the first movie, we saw him trying to rise into eminence from being a nobody. But in this movie, his motivation is to gift his wife a picture with the CM. Now, the CM denies him this request and hurts his ego, thereby birthing Pushpa's obsession to replace the CM with his own guy. Now, the race to the kursi is never easy, and it presents the grounds for the love-hate relationship between Bhavar Singh, Shekhawat, and Pushpa to unfold, because neither unalives the other when the opportunity presents itself. Bhavar Singh's problem with Pushpa has got nothing to do with right versus wrong or justice versus crime. Rather, he wears the uniform simply because, I don't know, the color suits him. I did feel that Allu Arjun's character during this time did not show much variation. He kept playing this super ambitious smuggler boss who has gone international now and is completely incapable of taking a single misstep. But hold on, before you come for me, Allu Arjun does shine in the second half as well, given that the second conflict takes the focus away from business and to family matters. And the audience gets to see the other part of the character who has been built to, represent grit and defiance and ambition. Fahad Fasil is a star in his own right, and I really think his character deserves an origin story. He is smart, maybe a little less than the protagonist. He is chaotic, maniacal sometimes, comedic in parts, and like most men, very, very sensitive about his bald head. The one-upmanship between them lasts throughout the first half of the movie, and it will keep you guessing what's coming next. So Pushpa keeps outwitting the cop with really creative and risky strategies. And if you are planning to get into that sort of a business, maybe you could take some notes. Anyway, so Shekhawat's role is not relevant throughout the length of the movie, but the movie does give the actor enough screen time to exhibit his range. Pushpa shows his vulnerable side whenever it comes to his half brothers, his niece, his mother, and the entire question about his lineage. So it reminds the audience why Pushpa even started this journey to power, right? I mean, he just wanted to be recognized and accepted in society. The villain in this half of the movie is your generic predatory rich boy. There literally is no other layer to this character. It almost feels like the climax required the hero to, show some incredible action moves, and this guy just serves as the action dummy taking all the beating. But come to think of it, I think this guy is also a bridge to the next big villain in the Pushpa franchise. I bet you'll see him in, not this guy, the next big villain, in the next Pushpa movie as his arch nemesis. Now, coming to the other big talking point of the Pushpa movies, the soundtrack. You already know the new songs have not made a very big impact, otherwise, it would have been trending on Instagram by now. The Kisik song not starring Shruti Hassan, is oh my god, it's such a pain to watch and hear. The other song, Feelings, is completely dedicated to Shrivalli's horniness, which has a consequence in the movie. The choreography of these two songs is, however, an Olympic sport, and kudos to the actors and actresses for executing such rhythmic athleticism. This part in the movie deserves a special mention. What am I talking about? This is when Pushpa is all drenched in blue and he's wearing gold jewelry and he's wearing a sari and he's notably in a trance. And he takes you on this visual trip, okay, with a kaleidoscope of colors and this really impossible choreography. And I must tell you, just give it an independent screening and watch the people pour in. The director Sukumar really hits it out of the park with this one, and Allu Arjun proves why he was the right pick for this movie and why this entire series will be solely about him. Shreyas Talpade, oh my god, he does such a great job with the dubbing, right? But I don't understand. It's supposed to be Hindi, right? Why the Maharashtrian courage, bolech? Oh, and the signature one-hand beard movement. This one has become a two-hand thing now. So now it goes like this, but better. To summarize, the makers of Pushpa 2 knew how everybody was looking forward to the sequel, and I think they delivered, right? There's very little to complain about. Rather, they end the movie with a really good cliffhanger, and now everybody's looking forward to the third installment. So, if you want to take a break from everything subtle, maybe go for the movie. You know, you're going to like it. Anyway, it's going to be on OTT someday, and you know you're going to watch it then. So, just enjoy it on the big screen for once. Hi, I'm Jessica. I review movies and shows and talk about most things related to movies and shows. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel for more.